Good afternoon. I'm Alisha Manandhar and I'm currently studying Masters of Nursing International in University of Wollongong. I'm also working as an assistant nurse in one of the aged care facility. However, I'm looking forward to work as a clinical nurse manager after I get the registration in Australia.
Why have you chosen a career in healthcare? What skills and qualities do you possess that will enable you to practice competently in a healthcare environment?
Healthcare industry is one of the fastest growing industry and it has got more job opportunities and scopes. Equally, it is a very challenging industry, and this has fascinated and attracted me to the healthcare industry as I love to tackle and overcome challenges that helps me to grow professionally as well as personally. Also, the immense joy and the self satisfaction that I get after my patients are happy and satisfied with my service is the feeling that I cannot describe. And also, um, the healthcare industry requires compassion, patience, honesty, and dedication, which I value the utmost. So, this alignment of value has fueled my passion and has given a purpose in my life to make difference in someone else's life. And as I've already mentioned before, that healthcare environment is a very challenging and complex environment. So to tackle this, I deal it with patience, resilience, and dedication. Also, in a complex environment like when a patient is dead and when their family is grieving, I handle the situation in a tactful way. Also, I'm very great at communication skills and active listening skills. I believe that active listening skill is very important because nothing is more frustrating than the feeling of not being heard when you are ill or where you are in a very vulnerable situation. So my efficient communication skill has helped me develop and furnish my interpersonal skill as well as teamwork skills and which is like working in a diverse team environment. Also, during my rich university experience in while studying undergraduate and postgraduate degrees, I developed critical thinking and creativity skills. And if given opportunity, I believe that these skills will be helpful in bringing innovation in the organization.
This position requires you to have a high level of verbal and written communication skills. Tells us about a time you cared or worked for someone who was not able to understand you then, what happened and what was the outcome.
I am very effective at communication skills, both verbal and written communication skills, which I have developed through my university experience as well as my clinical experience in different workplace settings. Uh, I remember when I was working as a newly graduate nurse in a medical ward as a registered nurse. There was a 76-year-old male patient who was suffering from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and his condition was quite stable, and one of his family member was assisting him to go to the toilet, but in the toilet he collapsed suddenly, and as a staff nurse, I went there immediately and I checked all his vital signs. And as a team, we worked together, and we brought an ambulatory oxygen, and we supplied him with oxygen, and we after some time we checked his oxygen saturation and it was increasing and he was quite stable, so we transferred him to his bed, and for every 15 minutes for the first 2 hours we monitored his vital signs and he was quite stable. So after the 2 hours I finished my shift and I was giving handover to my colleagues of the next shift, and then after and I informed everything about the situation of that patient. So after that I went home, and after a few hours I received a call from a ward manager, and she told me to come back to the hospital. I went there. I was quite frightened as well, and not knowing what happened. And I went there, and she explained me that I forgot to fill up the incident reporting form. As I was a new graduate, I had never faced that kind of situation, and I didn't knew how to fill the incident report form. So I got the help from the ward manager to fill up the form, and this incident has helped me know the significance of writing an incident report form, and has also helped me develop my uh, written and documentation skills.
Can you describe a time when you worked collaboratively in a diverse team to achieve a desired outcome?
I have a I am a very effective team player because and I have developed these teamwork skills through my experience in hospital, clinics, aged care facility, and also during my placement. However, when I was working as a registered nurse back home in a medical ward, I had to coordinate with multidisciplinary team members like doctors, laboratory technicians, physiotherapists, pharmacists, and the nurses of other department as well as the hospital management. Like for an instance, before the doctor's round, I had to coordinate with the laboratory technicians to collect all the lab reports of the patients. And then during the doctor's round, I had to coordinate with the doctors, other staff, nurses, and um, patients and families to help them understand their conditions. As well as after the doctor's round, I had to coordinate with the pharmacists, physiotherapists, or physiotherapists to carry out the doctor's order. So this is how I had developed effective team working skill in a diverse with the diverse team members. Also, during my university experience of postgraduate studies, we had to conduct a health campaign, and we conducted a health campaign on diabetes awareness called a Dance for Diabetes for the teenagers. So during that time, I worked as a team leader, and I managed everything in the campaign. I also made sure that the works were assigned according to the skills of my team members. Like some people who were good at speaking skills were asked to communicate with the teenagers. Others were asked to make posters for the campaigns, and some who were good at video making and video editing skills were given the task of video making. So, this has also helped me develop effective leadership as well as teamwork skills.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yes, I would like to get the feedbacks of the interview, the positive, and the things that I need to improve. Also, I would like to know the challenges of the roles, and the prospects for my future professional development. Thank you. I really appreciate your time and consideration.